Ukrainian drone strikes on 10 Russian oil refineries have disabled at least 17% of the refining capacity of the aggressor country, reported Reuters. They calculated that this figure is approximately 1.1 million barrels per day. According to Reuters, these attacks have disrupted Moscow's oil refining and exports, caused gasoline shortages in some parts of Russia, and were a response to strikes on Ukraine's gas and energy infrastructure. Analysts believe this move by Kyiv is an attempt to raise the stakes in potential peace negotiations. The strikes on oil refineries are taking place amid peak seasonal demand for gasoline in Russia from tourists and farmers. Russia tightened its ban on gasoline exports in July due to a sharp increase in domestic demand. This has led to fuel shortages in parts of the temporarily occupied Ukrainian territories, as well as in southern regions of Russia and the Russian Far East. Over the past month, Ukrainian strike drones have hit Lukoil's Volgograd oil refinery, Rosneft's Ryazan refinery, as well as the Novoshaktinsk and Syzran refineries. The oil refinery in Saratov, the Afipsky refinery in Krasnodar Krai, and the oil refinery in Novokuybishevsk in Russia's Samara region were also targeted. The drones specifically targeted and damaged critically important equipment at the Syzran oil refinery in the Samara region, without which it cannot operate. Strike drones also targeted one of the largest gas processing plants in Europe, Russia's Gazprom Ust-Luga facility. And we have more information regarding the strike on Syzran oil refinery. Ukrainian drones struck critically important equipment at the Syzran oil refinery in Russia's Samara region, without which it cannot operate. Astra reported on this, citing sources from the Russian Ministry of Emergency Situations. According to their data, 5 drones hit the facility's territory, 3 of which directly struck the critically important equipment. As a result, the AVT-6 primary oil processing unit, the L-35-6 secondary processing unit, and a pumping station were damaged. According to the media, Russian air defense shot down 5 more drones approaching the refinery. There were no casualties. All 240 refinery employees were in shelter during the attack. Earlier, on August 15th, the Syzran oil refinery was already hit by Ukrainian drones. The attack caused large fires on the premises, and it was later reported that key equipment had been damaged, the primary oil processing unit. Thanks to the released photos, analysts identified the target as the ELOU AVT-6 unit and also recorded additional damage to several tanks. This unit is critically important for the refinery's operation as it covers the processes of atmospheric and vacuum distillation, as well as secondary distillation and gasoline stabilization. The aftermath of the strike forced the Syzran oil refinery to completely halt processing and crude oil intake, which significantly impacted the facility's operations. The Syzran oil refinery is part of PJSC Rosneft and has an annual crude oil processing capacity of 8.9 million tons. Its products cover a wide range of petroleum products from gasoline, diesel fuel, and aviation kerosene to bitumen. The facility plays an important role in supplying fuel to the Samara, Saratov, and Penza regions, as well as parts of central Russia. Additionally, it supplies fuel for airfields and military units of the central and southern military districts of the Russian armed forces, which gives it strategic significance. The Ukrainian strike drones have repeatedly targeted the Syzran oil refinery. Attacks were recorded in February and March 2024, when fires broke out on the facility's premises. Serious disruptions in gasoline supply and significant price increases for remaining stocks have been reported in several regions of Russia and in temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine. The shortage is most acute in Crimea. Gasoline has completely disappeared from some gas stations, while at others it appears only sporadically, leading to a persistent fuel shortage on the peninsula. Other regions of Russia are also affected. In Transbaikalia, price tags for AI-95 gasoline at gas stations have gone dark, and the remaining supplies of this gasoline are being sold only to corporate clients. In Vladivostok, there is a shortage of 2 gasoline grades, AI-92 and AI-95. In Buryatia and Primorsky Krai, the fuel shortage has caused a sharp increase in prices, on average by 5 to 10 rubles per liter. The causes of the fuel shortage have not been officially confirmed, but it is likely linked to the systematic efforts of the Ukrainian Defense Forces to destroy Russia's oil refining infrastructure. Ukrainian Maria Berlinska of Victory Drones warns that Russia is preparing its children for a long war. Russian Unarmia. Children undergo military training from the first grades. In 7 to 9 years, they can already be sent to war. Hundreds of thousands of Russian school children are enrolled in drone programs connected to the Ministry of Defense. The Berloga program has children design drones, control them with special games and simulators, and even write drone software. Any ideas who they are preparing future killers for? That's right, for us and our children. As of today, the war has been going on for 11 years, and it could very well last another 11. Of course, no one wants to even think about that, but we cannot hide in the warm bath of psychological comfort and reject such a scenario, because Russia knows how to play the long game, to fight for decades. They are ready to pay for greatness at any cost, even with millions of their own children. If the war lasts another 11 years, are we preparing to endure the long haul? Or is our planning horizon just a few months at most? War is a test of system resilience. The one who collapses first loses. The one who does not prepare themselves and their children. Drones from Ukraine's GUR primary unit struck Russian equipment on occupied Crimea. Ukrainian attacks on Crimea are steadily intensifying as Kyiv combines drone strikes, missile attacks, and sabotage operations to weaken Russia's grip on the peninsula. In recent weeks, Ukrainian forces have managed to damage or destroy key radar systems, hit military airfields, and even carry out an underwater strike on the Kerch Bridge that disrupted Russian supply lines. No previous U.S. president has ever created criminal offenses by executive order, as that's exclusively reserved to Congress. Trump. If you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail. No early exits, no nothing. You get 1 year in jail.
The executive order does, sir, it charges your Department of Justice with investigating instances of flag burning, and then where there's evidence of criminal activity, where prosecution wouldn't fall afoul of the First Amendment, and instructs the Department of Justice to prosecute those who are engaged in these instances of flag burning.
And what the penalty is going to be, if you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail, no early exits, no nothing. You get 1 year in jail. If you burn a flag, you get, and what it does is incite to riot. I hope they use that language, by the way. Did they?
Incitement is
incite to riot. And you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail. You don't get 10 years, you don't get 1 month. You get 1 year in jail, and it goes on your record. And you will see flag burning stopping immediately, just like when I signed the Statute and Monument Act. 10 years in jail if you hurt any of our beautiful monuments. Everybody left town. They were gone. Never had a problem after that. It's pretty amazing. We stopped it. But this is something that's, I don't know, in a certain way, it's equally as important. Some people would say it's more important. Because the people in this country don't want to see our American flag burned and spit on. And by people that are, in many cases, paid agitators. They're paid by the radical left to do it. You talk to these people, they don't even know, half of them don't even know what they're doing. They say, I don't know, they gave me money to do this. I see the same things that you do. They're bad people. They're trying to destroy our nation.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.